Welcome with Audio Diagnostic Check and System Setup. For instructions in English, please select Track 2 now. Now that the cleaning process has restored the laser to its original pristine condition, we are ready to optimize your system for stereo or Dolby Pro Logic surround sound playback. If you do not wish to continue with the audio system setup or audio diagnostic check, you may press Stop now. Welcome to the audio system setup portion of your laser lens cleaner. The first test will be for channel ID and imaging. This will serve to determine if your speakers are connected to the correct left or right terminals. My voice is coming from the left speaker only. My voice is coming from left of center. My voice is coming from the center. My voice is coming from right of center. My voice is coming from the right speaker only. If my voice didn't coincide with your speakers, please check the wiring, then replay this track, Track 5. We will now run the polarity test, which determines if the positive and negative speaker wire leads are connected correctly. When they are connected as they should be, the speakers are in phase. If they are out of phase, one speaker pushes while the other pulls, which in turn causes poor sound quality. You will now hear two tones back to back. The first is in phase and the second is out of phase. The second or out of phase tone should sound softer. And again. If the second tone was louder than the first, one of your speakers is out of phase. To correct, turn off your sound system and select one speaker only, either one will do, and reverse the positive and negative leads for that speaker. After reconnecting the speaker wire, turn your system back on and return to this track, Track 6, to verify that your speakers are indeed in phase. We will now conduct a sweep test to help you determine that your speakers are operating correctly and efficiently. The sweep test consists of a test tone of increasing frequency. Your speakers should be able to reproduce all frequencies equally. If you find that there are sharp deviations in volume or tone during this test, try varying the tone levels or graphic equalizer settings if available. If you cannot achieve a smooth sweep, you may want to have your speakers professionally evaluated. The next series of tests are specifically for Dolby Pro Logic systems. If you do not wish to continue, you may press Stop now. If you would like to go on to the audio diagnostic portion, please proceed to Track 13 now. This portion of the audio system setup is specifically for those of you using a Dolby Pro Logic system. The first test will be for channel ID and imaging. This will serve to determine if your speakers are connected to the correct left or right terminals. My voice is coming from the left speaker only. My voice is coming from the right speaker only. My voice is coming from the center speaker only. If my voice didn't coincide with your speakers, please check the wiring, then replay this track, Track 9. We will now conduct the system balance check to establish the proper balance between your speakers. What follows is 15 seconds of pink noise, which will allow you to correctly adjust the balance. Sitting in your usual position, adjust the balance of each speaker until the volume sounds the same from each speaker in your system. Prepare now for the aptly named rattle test by turning the volume down slightly lower than your normal listening levels. This test can be potentially damaging at higher volume levels. The rattle test will help you determine how sensitive your listening area is to low-frequency vibrations and allow you to move objects accordingly to eliminate unwanted noise. You have now concluded the audio system setup portion. At this time, you may keep listening to go on to the audio diagnostic portion, or you may press stop and remove the disc. Welcome to the audio diagnostic portion of your laser lens cleaner. We will begin with the system purity test, which will allow you to determine if any unwanted noise is being generated in your system and heard through the speakers. Keep in mind that the source of unwanted noise is often the cables connecting your components. We recommend the use of acoustic research cables to ensure the best interference-free connections possible. What follows is 10 seconds of pure silence, during which you should listen carefully to each of your speakers. Begin now. If you heard static, buzzing, or any other noise, turn off the disc player and listen again. Then turn it back on and return to track 13. If the noise disappeared, it probably originated from the player or connecting cables. If the noise is still present with the disc player off, turn it back on and return to this track, track 13. Then start turning off all nearby electronic devices until you pinpoint the source of the interference. If replacing the connecting cables doesn't eliminate the noise, you may want to have the component professionally evaluated. You have now concluded the audio system setup and audio diagnostic segments of this disc. Your system is now operating at peak performance. We recommend you use this product at least every 50 hours of play. Multiple uses will not harm your equipment nor this disc. Please press stop, remove the disc, and replace it in its case for future use.
There is no cause for alarm, but there probably will be.
As you leave the theater, folks, please be careful. Don't let this happen to your car. Be sure to remove the speaker before you leave. If you should accidentally pull a speaker loose, please turn it in at our snack bar or box office. Thanks.